Aloha, my name is Winston Welch, and I am here representing the Outdoor Circle as its executive director. The Outdoor Circle does oppose this Resolution 19182 CD1. This resolution is premature and rushed. There's been many excellent speakers and testimonies that you've had here, testifying to who is actually speaking for the land and for the beauty of Hawaii. And I think that is really paramount, that we keep that in mind. There's also then the practical, legal, and other considerations, as Mr. Frankel spoke of earlier, and what you're potentially obligating the city to. As you know, at last night's meeting, and thank you for Council Members Fukunaga, Kobayashi, and Waters, or if you went to the Manoa District Park meeting, or if you go to any of the 7 neighborhood board that are affected by this project who voted for a delay. There's been insufficient public information and involvement from the start in any significant or meaningful manner. I also sit on my neighborhood board for the Kapahulu Diamond Head St. Louis Heights. We have not had a presentation by the Corps of Engineers still at this point. We hear a lot of questions about that. We've been told that there's been good community input, not from my perspective, just and being generous. We've been told that the project can and cannot be changed. We've been told that the money will and will not go away. We've been told that there's deadlines that have passed, that have come and gone. All of this misinformation and lack of information on this project, as required by NEPA and HEPA to get alternatives out there, and the many other questions that we have remain unanswered. There's no need to rush into this. Have we looked at gates, walls, and pumps? It's one of those alternatives. I urge you to read also Iolani School's draft EIS comments for really professional analysis of this. Just alone, the cost raising from $185 to $345 million should raise significant concerns. The flooding Mauka of the canal, Macaulay to McKinley, Kapahulu, Iolani School to H1, Ke'eaumoku. All of these areas will be sacrificed under this plan. It does not address storm surge. It does not address sea level change. We need better protection for all of the areas concerned. We need alternatives robustly considered. I said, have the 8th graders do it. It sounds like they've got a real good grip on it. We need transparency in this project. We need to stop being bamboozled, and I want to think that our public officials have our best interests at heart, but we are not feeling the trust with that because of the different answers that we've had. We need robust community participation in this, and a lot of other solutions that have not been considered at this time. And I would just like to conclude by what Iolani School says. They say, Iolani School, this is from their draft EIS response, understands the importance of flood risk management and appreciates the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and DNLR's efforts to mitigate flooding in the project areas. However, in addressing the plan to address flooding, NEPA and HEPA must be followed, and the environmental impacts of the action must be appropriately and accurately considered. The agencies must follow the correct processes, take a hard look at the environmental effects of the proposed action, analyze reasonable alternatives, utilize proper scientific methods, and mitigate negative environmental impacts to the extent practicable. Because NEPA and NEPA were not adhered to in this case, the draft report EIS must be significantly revised and reissued in a separate draft for public review and comment. So please vote against this. There's no rush to go into it. You have a process that you're looking at this again, but basically I think no one wants to see anybody flooded out of anything. That's not what's at stake here. But what all your other comments that you're hearing today from your very eloquent testifiers and the testimony submitted online attest that it's not right as it's being presented right now. And thank you.
Okay. Question.